Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers is directed by Dominic Othenin-Girard. This is a horror thriller slasher movie. Halloween 5 stars Donald Pleasance as Dr. Samuel Loomis, Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd, Ellie Cornell as Rachel Carruthers, Bo Starr as Sheriff Ben Meeker, Jeffrey Landam as Billy Hill, Betty Carvalho as Nurse Patsy, and Don Shanks as Michael Myers, the Shape. This movie is rated R for sex, nudity, violence, gore, profanity, alcohol, drugs, and smoking, as well as intense, frightening images. This is not a movie for young children. I would say 18 years of age and older. This movie has a runtime of 1 hour and 36 minutes. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers was released in theaters in the United States on Friday, October 13th, 1989. How interesting is that? It was released on Jason Voorhees' day, Friday the 13th. This film picks up where the last one left off. We recap the very end of Halloween 4 after Michael is thrown off the truck Rachel and Jamie are in. Sheriff Meeker, Loomis, the Illinois State Police, and some townspeople from Haddonfield arrive where they are. Rachel gets out of the truck and goes to Sheriff Meeker to tell him what happened. Jamie goes down to where Michael is laying before Meeker, the state police, and others shoot him repeatedly, and Michael falls down a deep mine shaft or well of some sort, and the state police use explosives to blow it up. But Michael makes it out. Halloween 4 ends with Jamie standing at the top of the stairs in her house with her Halloween mask pulled down over her eyes, her face totally blank of expression, and she's holding a pair of bloody scissors that she used to stab her stepmother with. This film begins with Michael escaping the mine shaft and floating down a river until he reaches a spot to get out. He comes upon a hermit man living outside of Haddonfield in the woods with his parrot. Michael makes it to the hermit's place and he collapses just as he gets there. The hermit man takes him into a shack and lays him down. Michael is passed out or is asleep as his wounds slowly heal. 1 year later in Haddonfield, Jamie has been a patient at the Haddonfield Children's Clinic since Halloween night of the previous year, and after touching Michael's hand, she is now mute and can't speak, and she has a weird telepathic bond with her uncle, and she can feel him when he is near and knows when he is doing certain things or killing people, or if someone she knows or loves is near Michael and in danger. Michael has been asleep and healing from his wounds in the hermit guy's shack for 1 whole year. He wakes up and kills the hermit guy and makes his way back to Haddonfield. He arrives that morning and continues his rampage to kill Jamie. But first he kills even more people Jamie knows and loves who are trying to protect her and keep her safe. He kills Rachel in her house. The rest of the day, he stalks Jamie and Rachel's friends Tina, Samantha, Samantha's boyfriend named Spitz, and Tina's boyfriend named Mike. Loomis goes to the police station to get help from Meeker in taking Myers down, and then he goes to the Myers house to see if Michael has been there, and to also set up a trap to capture Michael. Tina's boyfriend Mike is killed by Michael Myers, and he ends up posing as Tina's boyfriend a good portion of the evening, all while wearing a different mask which Tina bought for her boyfriend to wear for Halloween. Michael is driving Mike's car as well. During the daytime, Loomis keeps after Jamie, interrogating her and begging her to help him find Michael so they can stop him. During a costume party, Jamie and her good friend Billy Hill, who also has a crush on Jamie, helps Jamie speak and tells Loomis where Tina is and that Michael is with her. The police find Tina at a convenience store buying cigarettes, and they take her to the clinic where she sees Jamie, and now Jamie has gotten her voice back and can speak clearly. Tina leaves a distraught Jamie who is begging her not to go to a Halloween party with her boyfriend Mike. Jamie and her friend Billy sneak out of the clinic and go to the Tower Farm Halloween party where Tina, Spitz, and Samantha are. Michael makes his way to the Tower Farm as well, still stalking Tina, Samantha, and Spitz. The three friends go out into a barn after pranking 2 dumb idiot cops who were there keeping an eye on things and find a litter of kittens. Spitz and Samantha end up having sex, and during their sexual intercourse, Michael kills Spitz and Samantha who are making out in the barn, and Tina goes to the barn and she finds the dead bodies of her friends and Michael is now back in her boyfriend's car and chases her with the car, and she runs for her life as the car follows close behind her. Billy and Jamie make it to the Tower Farm, and Michael starts chasing Billy with the car. Billy is able to jump out of the way, but he gets hurt in the process, and then Michael starts chasing Jamie with the car. Jamie is able to make him crash the car into a tree wooded area of the Tower Farm. Michael is still alive, and he gets out of the burning car, and just as he is about to kill Jamie, Tina intervenes to save Jamie, and Michael stabs Tina in her heart, killing her. Jamie and Billy find each other, and Loomis finds the kids, and so do a substantial number of state and local police. Loomis, Meeker, and Jamie and a large number of officers form a plan to lure Michael to the Myers house in order to either capture Michael or kill him. The cops set up a trap around and inside the house, but they receive word something has happened at the children's clinic, and all the officers head over there except for 2 cops. Michael comes to the house in a stolen police car, and Michael kills the officer outside in his car. Michael makes his way into the house and injures Loomis. Michael goes up to Judith's old bedroom where Jamie and Officer Charlie are. He kills Officer Charlie, and as he does, Jamie flees the room. Michael chases Jamie throughout the house, and she hides in an old metal aluminum laundry chute. Michael finds her in there and tries to kill her by stabbing through the aluminum laundry chute. Michael makes many attempts at killing Jamie. She makes her way into the attic and finds the dead corpse of Rachel. Jamie lays in a coffin of a 9-year-old girl that Michael dug up earlier in a cemetery. And just before he attempts to kill Jamie again, she tries appealing to Michael's humanity by calling him Uncle and Boogeyman. Myers pauses, prompting Jamie to ask to see his face. He takes off his mask, and a lone tear runs down his face. Jamie reaches up to wipe it away. As she does, Michael snaps out of it and is thrown into a rage. He pursues Jamie again, and she runs into Loomis. The doctor seems to turn on the girl, and as he shouts for Michael to come and take her, Loomis makes Michael follow him and her into a certain part of the house where he traps Michael in a huge metal chain net and then shoots him several times with a tranquilizer gun. Then he beats him over and over again with a 2x4 piece of wood. Sheriff Meeker and the deputies return to the Myers house and finally capture Michael after Loomis has beaten him. Michael is then thrown into a jail cell at the Haddonfield Sheriff's Station. They are about to take Jamie back to the clinic when a stranger wearing a black trench coat, black hat, and black boots breaks into the sheriff's office, firing a machine gun, killing all the cops and breaking Michael out of his cell. Jamie goes back into the police station to see what has happened, only to find everyone dead, and she is the last one left alive. The man in black and Michael kidnap her and disappear. That is the summary and synopsis for the film. Now here are my negatives for the film. With the success of Halloween 4, the producers and filmmakers immediately greenlit Halloween 5. Filming began on Halloween 5 without a completed script. Now, without a completed script, think about that. In my eyes, that's just a recipe for disaster. The story that the filmmakers came up with was weak and lacked substance. In no shape, way, or form did they explore what happened to Jamie or what she did at the very end of Halloween 4. Even actress Danielle Harris, who plays Jamie, thought that they were going to explore Jamie being the killer in Halloween 5, and instead they say no to that and then came up with this piece of crap story. Michael stays asleep, healing from his wounds for 1 whole year. And where he sleeps is in this hermit guy's shack. That just didn't sit well with me. I didn't like that idea the filmmakers came up with. It was just terrible. All the characters in the film besides Loomis, Rachel, and Jamie are useless characters who contribute nothing to the film. The worst character of all was the loud, annoying, obnoxious Tina. My gosh, she was horrible. This film is almost unbearable to watch, and it is all because of the Tina character. I was so glad when Michael killed her and permanently shut her the hell up.
Finally, someone shut her up.
They waste Rachel's character and kill her the first chance they get. Initially, she was supposed to have scissors shoved down her throat, and actress Ellie Cornell said, "No, you're not going to do that to my character." So they changed it, and instead she gets stabbed in the heart by Michael with a pair of scissors. They should not have killed Rachel at all, or even if they did kill her, it should have been right at the end of the film. Here's another what the hell. Why was Jamie mute and unable to speak for the first half of the film? There was no point in that, and it was never explained in the film. Was it because she touched Michael's hand and some of the evil transferred from Michael to her and made her unable to speak? Is that why Michael can't speak? Is it because the evil doesn't allow him to speak? Or is it because of all the trauma maybe she experienced during Halloween 4 that she went into a catatonic state for a while? Then at one point in the film, just all of a sudden, magically, she gets her voice back and starts speaking normally again. I mean, seriously, do these filmmakers and writers of this one, do they take us, the audience members, for a bunch of idiots? Because that's what I feel like they're trying to tell us. Hey, you guys are a bunch of idiots. You'll believe anything. We're not idiots, so stop acting like we are. Now we move on to Michael Myers' mask. Oh my gosh. This was one of the worst Myers masks I've ever seen in a major motion picture Halloween film. It looks like crap. The hair of the mask is combed back like a greaser guy from the 50s and 60s era, except without all the gel and Vaseline in it. Kind of reminds me of Shia LaBeouf's character, Mutt Williams from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The second thing I have to say about the mask is, tuck that damn thing into your collar. It looks like shit sticking out of your collar, and it drives me and a lot of other people nuts. Every time I watch this film, I just want to reach through the screen and grab Michael and say, tuck that damn thing in, or else do it for him. Now we have to talk about the two idiot bumbling cops in the film. Whenever we see them, we hear this stupid music play along with annoying sound effects. I mean, first of all, is this all they had left after Michael slaughtered all the cops in the police station in Halloween 4? If so, God help the town of Haddonfield. I mean, why would Sheriff Meeker even hire these two bumbling idiots? I wouldn't trust them with a water gun. I mean, every time you see them, it completely takes you out of the film and makes it not seem like a serious horror film, which this film is not serious with all the damn problems it has. These two cops remind me of the two idiot high school idiot bullies, Bulk and Skull from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV show. Except I think Bulk and Skull would probably make better cops. In fact, I think they were cops in later seasons of the Power Rangers series. Now we have to talk about the Myers house. We did not see the Myers house in Halloween 4, but we see it in this film, and it has transformed from the house which we see in John Carpenter's Halloween and in Halloween 2 to this house which we see in this film. Why the hell is the Myers house in this film a Gothic castle-looking structure? I mean, it's a great house, it's great looking, and could be used as a great haunted house in another horror film, just not the Halloween films. The Myers house has already been established in the first two films, and you can't just go off and change things like that because, for the franchise, it doesn't make any sense at all. Here's another negative that really drives me nuts. When Jamie and Billy are being rescued by Loomis and the state and local police in the wooded area at the Tower Farm, there were like 50 to 100 cops there, and Michael Myers was literally just a few yards away in the wooded area. Why in the hell didn't they go in there and get him and finally bring him down? Instead, they just leave, and Loomis stays and starts monologuing to Michael, who you can see just a few yards inside the wooded area. I mean, seriously, why did the cops leave? They had the best opportunity to get him and end all the madness. I mean, guys, seriously, if you watch the movie and you watch that part, he was right fucking there. But the police leave, and instead of apprehending him there, they set up this plan to get him at the Myers house, which ends up with two dead cops, Loomis getting hurt, Jamie scared to death and trying to evade Michael and survive. Jeez. I mean, seriously, the police had every opportunity to apprehend Michael at the Tower Farm. There were plenty of cops there to help take him down. He was right fucking there. Oh, I just don't understand these writers. Then there's the Man in Black. That was a terrible addition to this film, and he had absolutely no purpose and nothing to do except walk around in town in the shadows until the end when he breaks into the police station like the Terminator, and he's dressed up like the comic book character The Shadow, wielding a machine gun, shooting and killing all the cops just to free Michael. So those are all my negatives. Here are my positives of the film. There are some great kills in the film. Michael just doesn't use his signature butcher knife, but he uses some farm weapons as well. Plus, some kills such as hanging Officer Charlie with a rope ladder out of the second-story window of the Myers house. That was a clever kill and an improvised kill. I really like how Michael improvises, and he does mix it up every now and then with how he kills and what instruments he kills with. He doesn't just stab and slice people with his signature butcher knife, but at times he likes to improvise and uses just whatever's laying around. The score music by Alan Howarth was great again. It works well in this film. Plus, the songs that were used in this film were a great addition to the film. I love the song that played right before Rachel takes a shower. It's called Romeo, Romeo by Becca, and it's a really good song. The opening credits and the theme were great. I loved how during the opening credits it shows a knife carving, slicing, and stabbing at a jack-o'-lantern with the Halloween theme slowly coming in. That was a nice touch. The actors, Donald Pleasance as Dr. Samuel Loomis, Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd, Ellie Cornell as Rachel Crothers, Jeffrey Landon as Billy Hill, Beau Starr as Sheriff Ben Meeker, and Betty Carvalho as Nurse Patsy were the best actors and characters in the film, and their characters were the only characters that had any relevance and that were likable and relatable. Dr. Loomis was pretty much crazy and off his rocker in this one. We get crazy, angry Grandpa Loomis in Halloween 5. Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd once again delivers a stunning performance and builds on what she did in Halloween 4 and really pushes herself to the limit in this one. I mean, she had to be exhausted with all the different emotions she had to hit and how hard she showed them on screen. I mean, damn, her performance was out of this world once again. And I would say she should have been nominated for an Oscar, or hell, won an Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role or Best Actress in a Supporting Role. That's how much of an awesome performance she gave. Don Shanks was an okay Michael Myers, but he was in no way the best. He was one of the tallest and biggest people to play Michael at the time until Rob Zombie casted Tyler Mane as Michael Myers in his Halloween movies. For the small amount of time we see Rachel, she's great in this film. For Billy, I love the cuteness between him and Jamie, the young puppy love. He was a cute character and I really liked him. And you could see he was very protective of Jamie. He has a crush on Jamie and was so sweet to her. And then Nurse Patsy was great as well, and she was just like a great mother figure to Jamie, and I really liked that. Okay, those are all my positives. Now it's grading time. I'm going to give Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, a D. This is one of the worst and weakest films of the franchise. This film actually killed the Halloween franchise for a little while until Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, and Halloween H2O 20 years later. I used to really like this film when I first saw it back in the late 1990s, but since I have grown up, I like it less and less, and I have a hard time watching it. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth. I do own it on DVD, and I will probably buy it on Blu-ray or 4K Blu-ray later on, but not anytime soon. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Good night. God bless. I love all of you, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy Halloween.